Back to our conversation with businessman John Kingston, a Republican seeking the party nomination to run against Elizabeth Warren in November. And John, speaking of Senator Warren, she was on CNN the other day and was asked about the murder of an Iowa teenager, allegedly by an apparently undocumented immigrant. And she said, and I want to read this whole quote because I want you to respond to it and give our viewers the context. Sure. She said, quote, "I'm so sorry for the family here, and I know this is hard not only for the family, but for the people in her community, the people throughout Iowa. But one of the things we have to remember is we need an immigration system that's effective, that focuses on where real problems are. We need immigration laws that focus on people who pose a real threat. And I don't think mamas and babies are the places we should be spending our resources," end quote. What's your reaction to that?
Well, look, I think this is a perfect example of how our political discourse is broken and how extremism like Senator Warren's drags down our spirits every day. Presented with the tragic case of Mollie Tibbetts and the tragic story of her murder, the natural human response, as well as one would hope a politician, would be to say, I'm so sorry, and stay there. Just stay there with the fact that it is a tragic situation. And if you're going to go further, you're then going to talk about immigration problems relating to the security breakdown which led to this. That's the only place you could possibly go there. And that's congruent with Massachusetts values. That's consistent with what people of the state look for, is somebody who understands that that's the storyline. Instead, given her political agenda, running for president, she pivoted to the extremist approach, which is to somehow make it about illegal immigrants at the border.
Well, I hear her saying we need laws and resources focusing on threats, presumably like this vicious alleged killer, rather than the family separation debacle. Do you agree with her about that?
I actually don't think that's what she was saying. And so I think we disagree on the point. I think she was taking it to the mamas and babies at the border point. That's where I think she was talking about the real issues, and I think that was politicizing it for an extremist audience from the left. And I don't think either side should politicize this, right? I don't think anybody should politicize it. I wouldn't want the right to politicize it. I wouldn't want the left to politicize it. I want us to stay with American values, which is to grieve the life that was lost there, and then stay only with the security issues.
But your own ads talk about ending sanctuary cities.
Well, of course, that would be congruent with this idea. What would be congruent with it to say is like this is exactly the manifestation, the expression of a sanctuary cities approach, when undocumented illegal immigrants aren't allowed to be taken by federal enforcement officials, which, of course, as you know, she wants to end the ICE authority.
Our time is so tight. Yeah. Obviously, we've barely scratched the surface here, but if voters want to find out more about you and your stance on different issues, where can they go to do that?
Well, look, if people want to beat Elizabeth Warren in November, if people want to stand against the extremism of the state, if people want to fix broken Washington, I'd encourage you, look me up at johnkingston.com. Thanks so much for having me on here.
Thank you for coming.
Really appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thanks so much.
And don't forget, by the way, on Tuesday, September 4th, a week from this next Tuesday, tune in to WBZ and to our sister station, Channel 38, for complete coverage of the primary results. That's all my time. Now, back over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.